Hello, my name is Audrey Vega, and today I will be making a video for my CIS 102 Networking 2 class. It's for the spring quarter of 2015, and today I will be going through the Packet Tracer Activity 9.2.1.10, configuring standard ACLs. So let's get started. Okay, just open that up. All right, a little bit of a background about ACLs. ACL stands for Access Control List, and a standard access control list are a router configuration script that control whether a router permits or denies packets based on the source address. And in this video, this activity focuses on defining filtering criteria, configuring standard ACLs, applying ACLs to router interfaces, and verifying and testing the ACL implementation. And in this packet tracer, the routers are already configured, including IP addresses and enhanced interior gateway routing protocol, or the EIGRP routing. Okay, and my instructions say, first, what we want to do is we want to plan an ACL implementation. What that means is we want to figure out where to put each ACL that we need to create. And if we investigate this network here, it's important to confirm that we have full connectivity between all devices. So I'm going to verify that we have activity just by doing a couple of pings. Note that with Packet Tracer, no matter what, your first ping is always going to fail. And then after that, it should be successful. See, fail. Okay. Just going to do one more from a PC to the server. See, first one failed. Try again. There, and that one was successful. So we just verified that we have full connectivity in this topology. Now, the following network policies are implemented on router 2. This network right here, the 192.68. Oops, this one right here. The 192.68.11.0 network is not allowed access to the web server on the 192.168.20 network, which is right here. And all other access is permitted. Just we want to deny access from this network to this network. To restrict access from this network to the web server without interfering with other traffic, we need to set up an ACL on router 2. The access list must be placed on the outbound interface to the web server, which is right here, which is interface gigabit Ethernet 00. And a second rule must be created on router 2 to permit all other traffic. Now, oops. The following network policies are implemented on router 3, which is right here. The 192.68.10 network is not allowed to communicate with the 192.168.30 network. And then it wants all other access permitted. They just don't want this network communicating with this network. And to restrict access from this network to the .30 network without interfering with other traffic, we need to build another ACL list. And the ACL must be placed on the outbound interfaces of 2 PC3. A second rule must be created on router 3 to permit all other traffic as well. And so the ACL must be placed at this interface. right here. Oops. Okay, and so now that we have planned out where we're going to place our ACLs, we are going to go ahead and configure them. And first, we're going to create an ACL using the number 1 on router 2 with a statement that denies access to the 192.168.20 network right here. We're going to deny access. We're going to deny this network access to this network. Okay, so let's get started. We'll go into router 2 and we'll go into the CLI. Let me just adjust this here. All right, got to enable the router and go into our global configuration mode. And to the command that you want to use for to set up an ACL, the first command is you want to issue is access list 1 deny 192.168.11.0, and you apply a wildcard subnet mask to that, which would be 0.0.0.255. Okay. And that what we just did is we just denied access from this. We just denied this network. Okay. And in order to not interrupt any other traffic, we just want to deny that specific network. We need to permit all rest of the traffic, and the command for that is access list 1 permit any. Because if you do not apply this command after you create an access list, an ACL list, I'm sorry, the default command, although it isn't shown, the default command will be a deny, which means we would be denying every single network. We wouldn't just be denying this one, we would be denying all of these as well. Okay. And let's continue. Okay, for the ACL to actually filter traffic, it must be applied to some router operation. So we're going to apply the ACL by placing it for outbound traffic on the gigabit Ethernet 00 interface. So we got to assign the ACL to an interface. And so we're going to get to our interface. Okay. And we want to apply the ACL IP access group 1, and we want to apply it outbound, so we're just going to say out. Okay, and that's all the configuration that we need for router 2. Now what we have to do is go and configure and apply an ACL on router 3 as well. So go into router 3. And we want to create an ACL using the number 1 on router 3, which is where we're at, with a statement that denies access to the 192.168.30.0 network from the PC1 network. So we'll enable global configuration, and pretty much the process is the same as setting up this ACL in router 3 as we did in router 2. So we'll just go and do those. Access list 1, deny 192.168.10.0 with the wildcard mask of 0.0.0.255. by default, an ACL denies all traffic that does not match a rule. To permit all other traffic, we need to put a second rule for our ACL1, which, like I said in the other, while I was configuring the other router, it is important that we do this, or else it won't allow any other traffic. So we'll just access this one, permit any. All right, now that we've created our ACL, we now have to apply it to an interface. So what we need to do is we need to place the ACL for outbound traffic on the gigabit Ethernet interface on router 3. So we'll go ahead and do that. Go into our interface, G0/0, and we'll set up the IP access group 1, and we want it to go outbound, so we're going to issue the command out. Okay, and that should configure our router 3. Now, step 3 in the activity, we have to verify ACL configuration and functionality. So, and to do that on router 2, I'm going to go into router 2 and I'm going to issue the show access list command. I think just this list, show access list, to verify the ACL connections, configurations on this router. And see, there's our ACL that we set up on router 2. Go to router 3, do the same thing. Show access list. Yep. There you have it. There's that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to enter a show run, which is short for show running configuration, which means any configuration that you've built on the router thus far you'll be able to see it in this. It'll give you like an overview of it. Okay, and now we're just looking for our ACL, which is right there. All right, so it looks like that we have the ACL is working in router 3. Now we just need to do a show run in router 2 really fast, just to verify our configuration was correct. And there it is. Yep. All right. Now, with our 2 ACLs in place, network traffic is restricted according to the policies detailed in the beginning of what we did in the beginning of the activity. Now what we're going to do is we're going to ping from this network to this network and we'll see if there is connectivity between the two. So we'll just try. Yep, and if you look right there, it was successful. Now we're going to ping from this network to the .20 network, and this ping should also succeed. Yep, see if you look right there, it's successful. Great. Moving right along. Now what we're going to do is we're going to ping from this network here to this network. And this ping should fail because if we did our configurations correctly, the ACL should restrict access of this network to the web server. So we'll just give it a try. Yep, there you go. It failed. Now we're going to test. Now we're going to ping from the .10 network over to the .30 network. And this ping should fail also because if you remember we put an ACL right there on that interface, so the ping should fail. Yep, if you look right there, it failed. So far we've configured everything correctly. Now, if we ping from this network to this network, it should succeed because we did not deny access from that network. Now we're going to ping from here, the .30 network to the .20. There you go. It was successful. All right. We just correctly configured 2 standard ACLs on router 2 and router 3, and we did it. Thank you.